When connecting PEX pipe to PVC pipe, or for that matter, PEX pipe to galvanized pipe, when doing a plumbing job, the question is, one may go to a customer's house if they're working for an individual or whatnot, and they go drive X amount of miles, and then install a fitting on the water line, wherever the main water line, whether it be a house, trailer, apartment, or whatnot. And then a few days later, they get a call back, and this Schedule 40 fitting has split, and they're not aware of what's happened, but they hear a big whoosh underneath the house. So the first thing they do is freak out and pick up the phone and call the installer and or plumber, and convey their anxiety to the plumber, which is rightfully so. So then the plumber may have to get back in his truck and drive, if the job hopefully is not 20 miles, but in some cases could be 20 miles. So, and you get out there, and then this fitting has this male adapter in it, and the fitting has cracked. And there also may be other circumstances. For instance, the water pressure may be high at the house. There may be other situations. So one does, in my opinion, needs to check the water pressure. If it's above 75 psi, they need to convey this to the customer, and then tell the customer, well, if it breaks, I can't come back if you don't have a pressure reducing valve on. And then the customer, in my opinion, would need to pay that, or if you're an individual, you would need to install the pressure reducing valve to get the pressure to a manageable pressure. But perhaps one way to avert maybe a callback is, and it's not a panacea. So, but this fitting here is a Schedule 80 fitting. It may be a little bit tougher than the Schedule 40. So then, so it pays to keep a few of these on the truck. They may cost in the range of $3 to $5. A lot of your big box stores may not even carry these. So, but you'll have to check at each individual or supply house or plumbing supply house. But if you do these, it pays to keep 2 or 3 of these fittings around. So if you were going on this side from PVC, this side to PEX, and then, or for that matter, this side galvanized pipe, and especially being galvanized. So, but it would need to be threaded on both sides if it was galvanized. This is a female thread by a gluable thread. So this Schedule 80 may be a little bit thicker than this Schedule 40. So, number one, your first step would be to put Teflon tape on here, screw this in, and be careful when actually tightening this up. You need to tighten it to where it doesn't leak. However, do not over tighten this, because if you can, it kind of bulges this out, and especially on this Schedule 40. How do I know? My opinion is I've done it enough times to realize that it's very easy to make a mistake, and sometimes it's not even the plumber or the homeowner's mistake. It's just the configuration. But so be careful when screwing this in with the Teflon tape to screw it in, get it taut. However, do not over tighten it to where it wants to bulge out. So, but you do not want water leaking out of here either when you turn the water on. Now, if the water is coming out a little bit, you may have to tighten it up a little bit more, and hopefully you don't have to pull it back out. But so one way, if you were had put in a water line or had repaired a leak on a water line, and you had driven to someone's house to do this job, so you may one way to save you a trip perhaps, and it's not. It's only my opinion, and it's not 100% cure-all, because plumbing does break, and if you fix it in one area, it'll break somewhere else. So, and it can get quite complicated, believe it or not. So, but perhaps if you use this Schedule 80 on the Schedule 40 PVC, it may give you a little bit more robustness and may save you a trip from driving somewhere when you get home, get cleaned up, and they call you back, and then all of a sudden you have to go back for free. That becomes frustrating, but it's, I'm sure the leak is frustrating for the customer, so it works. It's a bifurcated anxiety. However, just consider using the Schedule 80, and then, but the Schedule 40 is good too. They're both good, but the Schedule 80 may be a little bit more robust. So, and it may save you a trip. Who knows? Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.